Hey, we're in the Bahamas. I've been reading this reef fish identification book after snorkeling today. There's a nurse shark swimming around, but what we're really here to do is to get a tour of the boat.
Our new floating home.
Our new floating home, yeah. But before we do that, here's Karma. Oh, she's so tired. We spent the day at the beach. This is our salon. It's our dining room. It's our family room. It's our living room. This is where we watch the occasional movie. We prep all of our fishing stuff. When I first saw it, I thought, who needs a dining room table that big? But it's more of a workstation. We end up using it for so many other things. Yeah. We have storage everywhere that you can see. I've got kitchen storage, and we have PFD storage, personal flotation device. We have electronics storage. We have things tucked in every single nook and cranny here. Well, I guess we'll just talk about the kitchen, because here it is. We've got an oven, which I'm not used to an oven. I lived in a van for quite a few years, so I only had a stove, but this is propane, and the oven's amazing. We've used it for nachos and cornbread and heating up tostadas. So we have a giant fridge and freezer.
Kind of ridiculous.
It's kind of ridiculous. We're able to use it very efficiently because Brian designed an upgraded solar and lithium battery system for the boat. So that's pretty awesome. So I can keep all the produce in there. It's not just, you know, the real perishables, but everything's in there. So we have a juicer, we have a blender, we have a bubbly water maker. We do not deprive ourselves here. All of this is dishes, pots and pans. We've got cleaning supplies and garbage, and we've got, you know, coffee and utensils. I tuck everything away because you never know if the waves are going to be big, and then I bring it out when I cook. This window comes all the way down, which is really cool too. So you can get that nice breeze.
May seem like an efficiency kitchen to most people, but coming from a Sprinter van, it's enormous, and we're loving it.
Yeah.
And the things that come out of it.
Here is electronics. So we are constantly charging stuff. So we've got, you know, cameras and iPads and phones, obviously, for, you know, capturing the moment, checking weather, drone. So we've got this space dedicated to all of that. Under here is pretty much all the charging things, but it's also a bunch of safety equipment as well. Hopefully we don't ever need it, but if you do need it, we've got flares and a ditch kit, which we could go into a little bit more detail later. The library, we have diving books and sailing books and seamanship books. We have a bunch of logs. We're logging our maintenance and our cruising and our water usage and our power usage, you know, making sure that we know where we're going, and we really enjoy all the beauty of the region and where we are right now at the Bahamas. So the nav station here, right now we're just anchored, and so we're not needing, you know, all of the things. I do like to keep this autopilot system on because it's telling me right now what our depth is and what the wind speed is. So the wind speed is constantly changing, the wind direction is constantly changing, the depth is constantly changing. Right now we've got 14 knots of wind, but we're expecting in the middle of the night up to high 30s. So we're going to continually monitor that. We're just being really aware, internally vigilant is what we call it.
How about the berths?
The berths, all right. Yeah, so as a catamaran, we have 2 hulls. This is the master berth, or the owner's berth. This is where we sleep. The master bedroom, which is quite lovely and quite comfortable. It's got these beautiful windows that we can close them up when we're underway. Everything is storage, even under all of these cabinets. We're a little low because we haven't grocery shopped for about 2.5 weeks. So we have some art supplies, closets, a water maker actually underneath our bed so we can make water whenever we need it. We want to be able to be out in nature, away, for as long as we possibly want to be. We only want to go to harbor or town or marina when absolutely necessary. Shower for two. There aren't 2 shower heads, but that is a big enough shower for 2.
Proven.
This door can close when we have guests aboard to just give us a little privacy. Full-length mirror so we can, check out.
Which we never use.
Which we never use. On the other side is obviously same size, but this has 2 bedrooms.
The guest quarters.
The guest quarters. The bigger of the 2 bedrooms. So we'll use this number 1 for our guests when they come. And then underneath here, we've got all of our tools, hardware, and then in the back there, we've got like backpacking equipment, tents if we ever want to like sleep on a beach somewhere. We have our volleyball net and lines, so when we find a beach and find another couple or 2 people to play with. In this berth, we have a ton of spare parts. Any sort of situation that arises, hopefully we can get ourselves back up and running on our own. Our dive compressor to fill our tanks after diving. We have a doggy ramp, so Karma can get into the berth. She loves to sleep at the foot of our bed. And then also to sometimes get her to shore. And guest bathroom. It's nice to have another shower. A pretty awesome window to under the boat. Turquoise water.
It also happens to double as an escape hatch, should the boat ever find itself upside down. Cancel,
Never.
cancel.
Never. A little bar set up, and fire extinguishers very handy. Hopefully we never need those. We have binoculars, flashlights and lanterns, and yeah, I guess that's the inside. One thing we love about this boat is that the connection between indoor and outdoor is 100%.
So we'll start with the 2 at the outside of the boat. As Jen just showed you, it's kind of indoor-outdoor space, and so it's just kind of got this constant flow. Especially once we drop this down, this is kind of our back deck. When we're underway, the dinghy is attached to the back of this. It's a davit system, so it reaches straight up and gets the dinghy out of the water, so we're not dragging it around. But when it's down and we're in a place like this where we're at anchor, it just gives us a few extra feet, a place we can kind of sit down in the back and drag our feet over, watch the nurse sharks, things like that. Out back, we also have a couple of dive tanks. We're just starting to move into the diving portion of our trip now that we're getting comfortable with everything else. A couple of propane canisters for our barbecue, some extra fuel, and then typically a couple of buckets with all of our fishing items. We do have 2 rods on board as well, 1 on each side. We almost always have at least 1 line in the water, whether we're underway or whether we're here. But we've had a few nurse sharks kind of circling the boat today, and we don't really want to catch one of them, so we pulled those up. On the back is, on a catamaran, what's typically called the sugar scoops, and so this is a nice way for us to get in and out of the water, but also a nice place to barbecue in the evening after we catch fish. In both of these hatches are our port and starboard engines. So far we've been spending a little more time in there than we might hope, but hopefully that starts to change over time. So as we come up on deck, the front of the boat is different than most catamarans. So instead of the nets and trampolines that most catamarans have, we have this solid front deck that works as a lounge space. Especially when we're hanging out with friends, this is a great place to just sit, enjoy the breeze, and soak up the sun. But essentially, this is our front yard, an outdoor space. We also have a good deal of storage up here. So underneath the cushions, the main seat here has the anchor, the windlass, which allows us to pull that anchor in and out. A lot of our cleaning supplies for the deck, and just a lot of stuff we're going to use while we're up top. And then each of these hatches just have a bunch of the fenders that we use when we come into dock. Some of our extra lines, some of the puppies and fun things when we have people on board. And do have on board 2 kayaks. So once we get into a nice place and we want to do a bit of snorkeling and get around, we most often take the dinghy. The dinghy ends up being kind of our daily driver for zipping around. And if there's a nice smooth approach to a beach that we're going to spend the day at, we'll just take the kayaks and kind of hang out for the day. This is probably the least attractive thing on deck, but one of the most useful, which is just a ramp that we made to try and get Karma on and off. So when Karma wants to go for a swim, we don't actually have to take her into a beach every time, or if we can't find a beach, we'll hook this off the back of one of the sugar scoops. It's got a few floats, and then between that and kind of lifting her up a little bit, we can get her back on board afterwards. And if we come up top, we got the helm. So Jen's, as everyone knows, the captain of the boat. So
Captain Jen.
when Jen is steering, this is basically where she comes. All of our electronics, chart plotter, autopilot, everything's kind of right here. If you could single hand the vessel, we prefer to do that in tandem. So I'm usually down here with the boat lead off leading the lines, while Jen's making sure we get to our destination. And then on the back, you can actually see one of the things that we added while we were still in Florida, which is the solar arch, which gives us the real estate to hopefully charge everything up. We put 800 amp hours of lithium batteries down below, and up here we have almost 1,000 watts of solar between 2 large fixed panels and 2 flexible panels on the deck. That's about it for up top. We try to keep a pretty tidy ship, but this is how things typically go. So we get back from a day out snorkeling, everything comes on deck, we get a nice deck rinse off. Salt water can be pretty corrosive on a boat, and so we typically give everything a nice spray down, and then it tends to just live here until we use it again. So far we end up snorkeling a couple hours every day. That's kind of our best life. And so the back deck kind of becomes the staging area for us to come and go from the boat.
Fishing, snorkeling,
diving,
swimming,
laying on the beach with Karma like we did today. We'll try to do more detail later on the systems of the boat, the mechanics, and some of the stuff that we added to try and make the boat ready for us to live aboard. If you have any questions on specifics, let us know. Or visit us at the blog, www.thedangers.com. For now, that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.